Hello, young masters. Harold here. Today I got the privilege of doing a live drawing session with Dre Studios. Let's go inside and see what happened.
And you let me know when you need to bail.
All right, yeah, no problem. So normally, since I'm doing just 1 hour, it'll be like maybe like 2:25 or so. If it lasts that long, I'm assuming, huh? Just so I can get back into my work.
Yeah, no problem. Whenever there's Jason, Tony, Matt, Warren. Okay, I'm just making sure all the streams work. So live again with Harold.
Yes.
AKA Haro Artist.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, young masters.
So what was the origin story of the Young Masters phrase?
Okay, so I love cartoons. I've been watching cartoons ever since I was little. And one of my favorite cartoons since I was little, from when I was little, was Dungeons and Dragons. No, is it Dungeons? Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. And that little elf wizard dude would call the kids young masters. And I loved that. I was like, damn, yeah, he respects them. I mean, he'll trick them every so often, but he respected them enough to call them young masters. And I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. So, and I see people that, watch my stuff or want to learn as the next era of masters, the young masters of art. So I just decided to start calling them that. My viewers, my followers.
Nice.
That's about it.
That's about it. All right. Jonathan says Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. That's a lost memory right there.
Oh yeah, and someone recently sent me a Brazilian commercial with what it was them. Oh my god, they did such a good job. It was live action. It was a car commercial, but they did them exactly. I mean, they were true to the characters and everything, even Uni. And I was like, oh my goodness, they have to make this into a movie. It was amazing. When we finish here, I'll see if I can find it and send you the link.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll check that out.
But it looked so good. For a second, I was like, is this a movie? But unfortunately, nope. It's just a commercial. Sell car. So what are you working on today?
So I was watching. I was trolling your YouTube channel earlier. And you have Robin sketch video.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
so
right.
Trying to keep it in Marvel. I'm like, let me see if I can mimic your style and do a Daredevil on the same one. So that's what I'm trying to do here. But
oh, sweet. Yes, I remember that
pose. You can see the pose right there, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to Daredevil it and try to do it in your style.
Cool.
Yeah, because you have a very distinct style.
It's funny that you say that. I keep hearing that, and I honestly didn't see it before, but this, what you call it a style, is just an amalgamation of all the people that have influenced me. And so when I put it down, it's just like my little shortcuts to certain things, and based on what I remember from this artist, from that artist. The way I draw a hand, it's probably from this artist. The way I draw the face, it's another artist. But right, I guess that's what style is, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the what's the phrase?
Shortcuts.
Well, the results of your environment, right? Of the stuff that you looked at, the stuff that appealed to you.
Right.
right? I mean, I could
Yeah.
see some influences, but you know, when I see one of your cards or one of your sketches online, I
Uh-huh.
can immediately say, okay, that's Haro, right?
Oh,
Same
really?
thing with and it's there's a couple of artists that I'm gonna say, and this is no offense in the cartoony style.
Uh-huh.
I know some people get offended with cartoony, but it's got more that cartoon style. Like Gordon Willis, he's got a cartoon style. Paul Hill, he's got a cartoon style, but they're all
Yeah.
distinct.
Yeah. I wonder if that's why we clicked online.
So who's your influences?
Well, in the 90s, I mean, they've changed throughout the years, but in the 90s, it started off with Jim Lee. He was one of the big ones. McFarlane, Liefeld, believe it or not. I know a lot of people don't like his stuff, but I used to like his stuff. It's just as of late, I'm not too fond of this stuff because everybody, to me, seems to grow. There are just a select few of artists that maybe didn't draw that well when they were younger, but it was hot at the time. And if you
Right.
look at their art now, it still looks the same. So like there's no growth in there.
He peaked in the 90s.
I think so, and I've seen some of his recent stuff, and I'm not saying, hey, you suck or anything like that, but I mean, you've been in the profession for a very long time, and you've come up with some really good ideas, and you would think that in that time you would have picked up a different style, well, not necessarily a style, but something new, maybe the way you treat color or the way you treat muscles or even a new shading technique, because I honestly feel like I'm always growing. I see another artist, it's like, whoa, I like the way he did that. Let me see if I can implement that into the way I work. But with his stuff, it seems to me like he peaked there and he stayed there.
But if I remember correctly, he does feet now.
He does what?
Feet.
Oh, he does feet now? Okay.
Yeah. I know he didn't used to, but I think he does feet now.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was one of my influences for sure when I was growing up, and I wanted to draw exactly like him. And I did for a while. As the years grew by, all the detailed stuff started getting like, oh my God, this is just too much. Like, I can't be drawing this all the time. Especially because I wanted to try to get into drawing my own comic.
Right.
So I started watching more cartoons, especially the new ones like Spectacular Spider-Man. And before that, I never really watched the credits at the end until, for some reason, I was like, I love the way they drew this. Who drew that? They gave the credits at the end, and I was like, Sean Galloway, who's that? I looked him up. It's like, wow, this guy's designs are awesome. And I started trying to draw like him. It was very simple, not in a bad way. It's very, he cut corners where he needed to, and everything was just so stylistically simple. Shadows, he left the shadows for when he did the color, which I was like, wow. It was very cell-like, like for animation.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a different way to go. I like this. So I started mimicking it until next thing you know, I was like, oh, I'm drawing like, not exactly like him, but somewhat. Then I saw some stuff from Humberto Ramos.
Oh, he's on a different level too.
All together. I was like, at first I was like, oh, cartoony is not the way to go for comics and whatnot. But then I was like, well, look how he makes it work, man. This is awesome. And I think with his stuff, just looking at all his work, by osmosis, I'm assuming, little by little, you start drawing stuff like they would. And then you kind of pick it up and make it your own in a way. So, but right now, those are some of my biggest influence. Those two, and then you got people like Pepe Larraz, which he draws a lot more realistic, but still his people, the images, the scenes that he creates are like breathtaking.
Right. Gordon Wills
Yes.
watching. That cap is dope.
Hey, Gordon. How's it going, Gord?
Sean Galloway actually did some Hellboy animated stuff as well.
Yeah, he did. I haven't seen it. I just seen like some clips, but never seen the actual animations.
And Jalen Warner says Mignola's designs and implementation in Disney's Atlantis. Was that Mignola?
In Disney's what?
Atlantis?
Oh, was it? I didn't know that.
That's what Jalen is saying.
I did not know. That was a pretty good movie. Surprised it didn't take off the way it could have.
Well, it's that one, and what was the other one? The Treasure Planet?
Yes. Isn't there a part 2 to that Treasure Planet one?
Oh, I don't know. But that's one of those movies that's really, really good and just never really took off.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if it's the marketing, if they just didn't market it the right way or what. But those two are really good movies. And even the Hunchback didn't do that well either.
Might be because they didn't have musical breaks, so it didn't appeal to the typical Disney audience, perhaps. But they're just really, really good. Like Treasure Planet was one of the first movies to really integrate 3D with 2D animation.
Yes, the ships when they were floating, and
the ships, and there's an orb, and there's a little robot.
Yes,
who's all a 3D render, and then I don't know if they traced over it to give it that cell shaded look, or they rendered in a cell shaded model. It just blends in so well with the environment. And I mean, there's been tons of movies since that merged the two.
Yeah, I think Lion King.
Lion King, yeah.
Lion King was the Stampede. I remember looking at this like, wow, that looks so real. Come to find out, and I was always one of the people that when I got the DVD and I watched the movie again, I would always look through the behind the scenes little clips that they have in there. Always loved watching that, how they make the stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, it still is. I think they did a pretty good job with the live action. I know that, of course, you can't make animals, realistic looking animals, like emote the way cartoons do. But I think it was pretty good.
Visually, from my point of view, the Lion King live action was breathtaking.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unreal. But what really didn't do it for me is that when you take that story, and they kept pretty close to the original script, kind of frame by frame and everything, or scene by scene, when you make that live action, it got really dark.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's not, those animals are actually getting torn apart. And those are real tears. Like, okay, this.
Yeah, well, it was dark to begin with, but as a cartoon, it gets away with it because there's not that realistic aspect to it, you know.
Yeah.
But once you make it into something that looks real, like they did a great job with Jungle Book. Wow. Yeah. And I know people were down on him because you can never do the performance that Robin Williams did, but I think Will Smith did a pretty good job with the character that was here, and that's just my opinion again, but I enjoyed it very much. My little one enjoyed it as well. I was like, hey, he's never seen the original one, but I think it was done really well.
It was. Again, the VFX on that were totally like I think underrated. I don't think enough people realize that that's all done in one room in a warehouse.
Yeah.
And then what's really cool in that movie is when the credit scene, where the book's opening and they have every page, it's like one of the environment, like the cave or the Monkey Kingdom and stuff like that, and they're all indented into the pages as the credits are going on the left. Yes. I just watch the credits because they're kind of dancing around and the animals are walking around.
Yeah,
like the best thing of this movie. Oh, Paul Hill's watching.
Paul Hill in the house, straight up from Australia, right?
Is he in Australia? That is the UK.
I think so. Maybe I'm mistaken. Well, maybe he'll respond and say, "Nope, I'm in neither place."
He's itching for some Doritos today. I don't know what's up.
Yeah.
I actually got my first e-pack sketch cards today through a trade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't collect cards. I'm trying really hard not to get into collecting, but they had the Doctor Strange buy one get one free today. On
you caught that, huh?
So I'm like, okay, fine, let me buy a couple of packs. So I bought 3 packs, got 3 for free, did an unpacking of it. Now, I don't know what anything is. Some things are purple, some things are red. I don't know, right? I don't collect. So as I did that, and then as soon as I finished, somebody messaged me and they wanted to trade me some stuff for one of the cards I got.
Really?
And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't collect anything. I don't know what's the chase value.
Right.
Are you open to trading a sketch? And he's like, depends on what it is. So I kind of looked through his stuff. I'm like, oh, you got a Paul Hill. And he's like, yeah, we'll make it work. So my first sketch is Paul Hill, Thanos from the Endgame.
Seriously?
Far From Home. Yeah, that's my very first sketch card that I got.
That's so cool.
Giddy, right?
That is so cool.
And then I gotta figure out how to get it in my hands.
I just put up a double, what do you call it? It's like a dual card of War Machine.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And you know how they give you a certain percentage of the total they can be like connecting cards?
Yeah.
So I think I did 3. And that one was my favorite to work on. I don't know. I don't like robots. I don't like mechanical stuff. I just don't like to draw it. But for some reason, when I was drawing that one, I was having so much fun. I was like, I was even making little noises like, doot, 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 doot. And my wife was looking at me like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay.
Drawing robots.
Exactly. Just drawing robots, But, so I put that up, and it's always like mind-blowing when somebody that you look up to comments on your stuff or likes it or says something about it, like they like it. So I saw Cheeks, Sean Galloway put it. I was like, dude, what? Like I wanted to do all like a fanboy, but okay, settle down.
Jusco and Simone and
yeah, the Sketchcard game is it's fun.
He's a beast, right?
It's fun, and it went like in the beginning when I first started seeing like what other artists were putting out there. I was like, what the heck? I can't compete, man. What am I gonna do? And I just said, you know what? I guess I'm just gonna have to have fun with it. But it's one of the things that, although it's fun, it's a little stressful sometimes, especially when they give you a certain deadline. They say
deadlines are something.
Yeah, they say, hey, this thing is due on such and such date. We will send it to you on this date. And you're like, okay, I got 2 months. That's not bad. And then on the day of where you're supposed to receive it, you're like, where is it? It's not here.
Yeah.
A week later, you're like, it's still not here. You're cutting into my time. Is it going to change the deadline date? Nope, it doesn't change. But the arrival date does. So
yeah. Well, that happened to me today. I was waiting for a set was supposed to be in here. I was supposed to get it last week or the week before.
Mm-hmm.
I just got the email midday today saying, sorry, it's a little delayed. They'll be shipping next week. do the best that you can within the timeline.
Yeah. Like how many do you sign up for usually?
It'll vary on the set. It depends on how many they offer.
Okay.
I've done as little as 25 and as many as 100.
Whoa. I think the most that I've done was 60. And that was gruesome. I was like, wow. I was like, oh, I don't think it's, when you drink and you get drunk and you're like, I'm never gonna drink again.
Yeah. And then a week later, oh yeah, sure, I'd like to work on Premiere.
Oh, you don't know how many times I told Gordon, I'm not gonna do another set, not after this. And then something pops up, like for instance, like if they had X-Men, which I wanted to jump on. I think last year they had that, but I couldn't because I was on another one. Yeah, if they have X-Men, I'd be like, okay, I'm on it. But normally, I would jump on it if I didn't have like a prior project that I'm working on or anything like that. But
so, which sets have you worked on?
Okay, so if I can remember, let's see.
That you can talk about.
I've done Premiere for 20. Let me see, when did I start? I think I've done a Premiere 2017, I'm gonna say.
Was that your first set?
I think that was my first set, and believe it or not, I was such a rookie at it that I forgot to sign them.
Oh no!
I was like,
all of them.
All of them. But check this out. So I forgot to sign them. It was my first set. I was so excited to ship it. Oh, I'm done. I just finished on time and I was like so excited. I gotta ship this out before the deadline. Oh yes. And I rushed to to the post office, send them out. I was like, oh good, I'm done. And then my buddy was like, did you sign them? It's like, dude, I forgot something. Oh my God. And then like 6 months later, he's always checking on eBay, or he gets alert. I'm not sure how he does it, but he always finds them. He finds his Get Adam. I don't know if you follow him, but he's part of.
What's his name?
Get Adam, like ATOM.
Get Adam. Okay.
Yeah,
Adam's
he's the one that put me onto the cards initially, and then he's the one that told me, hey, did you sign them? I'm like, oh my God. Because those are one of the things that they tell you to do.
Don't forget to sign.
Yeah, and I completely forgot. But he found them on eBay a few months later, and believe it or not, I don't know how, they knew exactly who it was. They tagged me on it, they put my name, my full name, and I was like, okay, well, I guess. And I'm like, maybe I could reach out to these people, say, if you have one of these cards and you want it signed, just let me know. I'll find a way.
Well, there's collectors that
reach out to you. I wouldn't mind signing it. Oh, okay.
Right, so they'll go after. Oh, it's an unsigned card. It's extra special because somebody forgot to put their name on it.
Oh, so that makes it even better, huh?
Yeah. Jalen saying you got to sign them first. Paul Hill says he's actually left some on the scanner before.
Oh my God. See, I used to scan them too, and then I realized, hey, I said, let me try just taking a picture with my phone. They won't know the difference. And
that's what I did.
It works. It's like,
yeah.
And here all this time, it's like, oh, scan them, and it's like, no, I'm just gonna take a picture, put them all together in one spot, and fit as many as I can, and then. So I stopped doing
that. Let's see the comments. Gordon, no, it's not Battle Armored Daredevil. It's the kind of like 90s Daredevil. The one with, maybe it is Battle Armor. The purple suit.
Purple?
That's the one, like, yeah, the...
cool.
The dark blue with the red chest.
Oh, yes, okay.
Kind of like the badass Daredevil. I don't like the all red version. I like the purple one and the classic one with the yellow vest.
Oh, that
with
first
the single
one.
D. Yeah.
That first one was nice.
Yeah, I think with the right creative direction, they could bring that costume back without looking like he's just wearing a vest over sweats.
Right. That Daredevil series was pretty nice too.
Yeah,
That
and
was one of my favorites from the whole Netflix series.
yeah, and they did a good job with because the whole first season he didn't have a costume; he was just putting the bandana on, and that worked really well.
It worked. It was a little reminiscent of Smallville, which I was getting annoyed with, like towards the end season. I was like, come on, put the costume on already, man. But it worked. For them, it worked really well. Did you ever watch Smallville?
I just started. My girlfriend's like binge watching it, so I'm kind of watching every 7th episode when I get home.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad. It's a nice. I think she's on season 3. It's a nice kind of monster of the week.
Okay. Yeah, it's. Well, I was hooked on that when it first came out, and I don't know if you're familiar with Roswell.
I didn't get into Roswell.
Okay, so at the time, those two shows were on at the same time slot, and I had to choose. I was like, well, which one? But Roswell started first, so I was already into Roswell, and then they're like, oh, at that time it was called the WB. WB has Smallville. I was like, well, how is that? Is that Superman when he was little? I was like, oh, this is interesting. So I'm watching. I was like, man, which one should I watch? I think it was Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, I had to kind of choose. And then
Sophie's Choice over there, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. And then finally I said, you know what, forget Roswell. And I think that's one of the reasons why it got canceled. It was just competing with Smallville.
Roswell takes place in Roswell and some aliens walking amongst us, right?
Right, so it was a bunch of kid aliens. They were like teenagers. And they kind of crash landed here or something like that. So what do you work? Sorry. No, go ahead. This is so. A while back, I sketched this out. Well, I sketched this out. I wanted to draw Captain America, and I was like, ugh. In one of those moments, you don't really feel like drawing anything.
Yeah.
So I said, let me see what my pencil brings, what comes out of my head right now. And so I was focusing on Captain America. I wanted to draw Captain America, especially, twirling Mjolnir. I think
Thor's
that's how
hammer.
you pronounce it. Yeah, Thor's
hammer.
There you go. That's easier. And for some reason, I didn't like the way it came out. So as you can see, I just did some quick pen, and then I just messed it up because I got angry. I said, I hate you. So I just threw it on the side. And a few minutes later, I came back to it, and I just with pen, it's like it just popped in my head, and I came up with this pose here. And I was like, oh man, yeah, I'm gonna do this on a sketch cover. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I've had it in my garage for a while and see how it goes. So that's pretty much what I'm working on. So it's the Captain America swinging Mjolnir or Thor's hammer.
And is that Haro official paper?
Yeah, man, this is Haro official paper. I got it from him, directly from him.
Wow. Aren't you fancy?
Yeah, I made these little templates a while back. I think I seen Humberto Ramos had something like it. And I was like, dude, I could do that. And it kind of helps with not only the branding, I just sign it right there when I'm done. But one of my buddies from work made me a stamp. So now I just leave this out and I just stamp it for officialness sake.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but it has all my has my website and social media stuff and kind of Some people collect it, some people don't. Some people like it blank. I just try to get rid of it. I printed a bunch of them. I think this is my last paper. This size. This is like the comic book size.
Okay, so about like 5.5 by 7.25 or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So it fits right in those sleeves. So that's usually how I kind of, when somebody buys one, I put it in there. I give it like a hard cover, slide it in there, put the plastic on it, seal it up, and send it.
Looks like you started a whole thing about Smallville in the chat.
Oh, did I?
Oh yeah. Let me dig into your hand.
What are they saying?
How'd that happen? Gordon says Smallville gets better, has its flaws, but overall, and for the time, it's really good. Paul says he skipped the middle season. Then Jonathan said Roswell didn't have Kirsten Kirk, that's why it failed. And Paul missed the Justice League, and that cult chick. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I haven't gotten there.
The cult chick. Okay, so in the actress. What's her name? Chloe, I think it is. The actress had some weird cult thing where she was getting. I don't know. It's complicated. I don't even remember exactly.
Oh, like offset drama, like not part of the storyline.
Yeah, like outside. Like she was part of this whole cult thing that, like, kidnapped kids or little girls or something. Like a ring, like some weird kind of sexual ring. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know it was illegal. And I was like, what?
But that didn't find its way into the show, right?
No, this was way after the show was over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this recently happened. Maybe like a year or two ago. The show's been done for years now.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, they killed that when Warner's wanted to reboot the films.
Oh, okay, yeah. Did you ever watch Lucifer?
Oh, I love Lucifer.
Well, what's his name? He shows up in there.
In what?
In Lucifer.
Oh yeah. He plays like in season 4 or something. He plays the sergeant.
Yeah, but it's cool because there's they do some stuff because it's still DC. So they do some callbacks to that. I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that. And they did that in Smallville too. I don't know if you're still there, but the dad, obviously, it's one of the Dukes of Hazzard, right?
Yeah, I need to watch that. I don't know if it's available anywhere in Canada anymore. No, because I know HBO had it in the States because the Warner Brothers tied in there.
Yeah.
But HBO is not here yet.
So we watched it on Apple TV. I just bought it. I said renting it was $19, buying it was $22 or $23. I was like, okay, so I might as well just own it.
At that point, just buy it. Oh, I got it. Yeah,
good marketing. But they have it. They had it. I saw it. I don't know if you have Amazon up there, but they have it there too in Prime. They have it.
Yeah, the problem with Amazon in Canada and US is that it's not the same one. Like from the shopping point of view, it's not the same inventory, and from the Prime Video, it's not the same. It's not all the same shows. Like all the originals will be there. Like Man in the High Castle or Miss Maisel and stuff like that. But any of the stuff that's licensed from other distributors, it's different because Canada is international licensing, not domestic. Even though it's the nicer neighborhood of Detroit.
That makes sense because one of my boys told me that he has a VPN. I forget what show he was watching, but it was on Netflix. And I was like, how come I don't have that? And I was like, because I'm using a VPN. I was like, well, you could have led with that.
Yeah.
Here I am looking for that show, and it's like, I don't see it. Are you sure it's there? So, but yeah, these Marvel movies, man, they got me hooked.
They're pretty good.
They've done a really good job throughout the years.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing out there.
No, I was kind of hoping to see the next phase of these characters, and well, not the ones that are still here, but the ones that are coming. And my whole thing, though, I've always wanted the MCU or this particular studio, Marvel Studios, to take over the X-Men, because
they will.
Yeah, now, but they've done justice to mostly all the characters, and even though they've made certain changes, they've been for the better.
Yeah, to tie in with the global story.
Right. And every time I watch the X-Men with Fox, is it? It was always different. It was always like to the point where I'm like, okay, that doesn't make sense. There was one, I don't know which one it was, but one of the new class, Cyclops was younger than his brother, and I was like, huh? Hey, that doesn't make sense. And
yeah, because Scott's the older brother, right?
Yeah, he's the oldest. So I was like, okay, now you killed that. Then Mystique is an X-Men now. Okay, I can see her working with them, but as a full-fledged on, everybody's listening to her in the X-Men. I said, I don't think so. But then, you have to realize that these people are all about the money.
Yeah.
So if this girl is making the movie better and she wants more money, then you're going to have to write her in, even if it doesn't match what the comics have.
Yeah. I mean, I have a soft spot for the X-Men. Oh, Jalen's asking, is the show you're talking about that your friend was watching Letterkenny?
Oh, Letterkenny, it's no joke. I love that show. I love that show.
Sorry about the X-Men. I like the X-Men movies.
They've been good. It's just they're not consistent. They're not consistent. Like there's a lot of loopholes.
Oh, tons of loopholes. Like I said, I find them entertaining. But that's it. You can't.
No, you can't rationalize. If you start looking at it, like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. Why does this person do that? And
you just got to watch it and for what it is. So I'm pretty much.
Go ahead.
Yes, I'm pretty much done the pencils. I completely abandoned your reference.
Hey,
10 minutes after we started, so I'm sorry, it's not really your stuff.
Everything is a starting point. I'm not offended.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get some color on this guy.
Yeah. Oh, you got the color, I think. See, one of the things I normally do, but I slow down a little bit when I'm trying to finish a piece that will potentially be like, an original. If I was on my sketchbook, I'd be inking this baby like super fast. It wouldn't even matter. It's like, but since I'm trying to make this a finished piece, I'm trying to slow down. And I'm talking, so.
Yeah. All right, there's no rush. Hey, Brian. Hi, Scarlett. So, for you, because one of the regular watchers is Brian Rust, and more often than not, he'll watch with his 4-year-old, his 4-year-old daughter Scarlett, who just loves watching people draw.
Oh, really? That's cute.
So, hi, Scarlett.
Hey, Scarlett. That is cute. I was doing. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram. He goes by Tony Tunes. Really cool guy. So yesterday I said, "Oh, he's live. Let's see what he's got." And
is that the Canadian guy you were telling me about?
No, that one is Jonathan Rector. No, this guy. I think this guy is in the States. I don't know exactly where, but he was just live, And I said, oh, let me check it out. So I jump in, and my son is looking at it. He's like, who's that? So I asked the guy, because he's asking for suggestions as far as color, like what color should I make this? It's pretty cool. He does like little cartoons. I think he has another one today at 4 p.m. My time. I don't know. That would probably be, I don't know.
7 my time.
Yeah. So he does these cool little cartoons, and he kind of engages with the audience, asking them like, what color should I make this? So I chimed in. I said, make this purple. And then I noticed that he responded. And I said, oh, cool. So Levi is looking, my son. And I said, can you give Levi a shout out? He's looking. He freaks out when somebody says his name. And he's like, hey, Levi. And he's like, oh, how does he know my name? I said, he knows you're watching. It's like, oh, that's so cool. So he was also given suggestions as to what color to make hats and things like that. So when the guy took his suggestions, he was all excited. So it's kind of cute when kids watch too.
How old is he?
He's 6.
6.
Yeah, right now he's into Ben 10. The new one, not the ones. I don't know if you watched Ben 10 when you were younger, but not those.
I know the name, but I don't know the show. So.
Yeah.
Is that like Kim Possible, like one of those type of things?
Kind of. Except he finds some weird contraption that's looks like a watch, and he puts it on, and he can turn into 10 different aliens once he presses it, but only for a limited time. So I got about 10 more minutes.
Yeah, okay. No worries. Good say, like when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Okay. How's it going for you over there? Let me see. Oh, you brushing it. Look at you.
I exclusively paint now. I don't. Well, I always paint it, so I just paint.
What? What kind of paint do you use? Just acrylic?
Yeah, acrylic. But I do washes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of more of a watercolor approach most of the time, and just build up the layers.
Oh, that's sweet.
So it starts off very soft, and then I'll build up.
Have you ever done videos like showing how to do that?
How to do it? No.
Yeah.
But I've done videos where it's like here's me painting a card from. I think I only finished one in a video. I think it's on YouTube. It might actually be private because I don't pay attention. But I don't explain it that much. I should start. I just got to find the time.
I know I'm not much of a talker per se, so sometimes I find myself not knowing what to say if I do have to speak about my process.
Right.
But I guess that's something that I'm going to have to learn. I noticed.
Go ahead.
What was that?
Well, I said if you're going to try to build up your YouTube following, it seems like people want the tutorials.
Yeah, I noticed that.
How'd you do that? What are you using? What color brush is that? What?
Yeah. Speaking of that, if anybody else is watching and they would like to check out some of the videos on my YouTube channel and give me some feedback, let me know what you think of my videos or what you'd like to see more of.
Yeah.
My YouTube handle is the Haro Network. Let me see. bit.ly / Haro Network. HARO Network. And that'll take you right to it.
bit.ly / Haro Network.
Haro Network, yeah.
I'll put it in the comments.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to follow me on Instagram, you're
Oh,
more
hang
than
on.
welcome.
I have a banner for you with the Instagram.
Oh, you do? Look at
There
that.
you go. I couldn't find the shortcut for your YouTube. It had like the long ID one. So I was gonna type that out because.
Oh yeah, no, I found a way to make shortcuts for them. I figured. I think
there you go. Jonathan showed your link.
I helped Gordon with that too because I was like, man, these things are long.
How many? What's the threshold now to get your own name?
So I think you gotta have 100 subscribers and over a certain amount of views, which is not much. And I was like, okay, but I think mainly 100 subscribers and over.
Okay.
So I'm sure you. I mean, do you not have yours?
No, I have mine, but like I was saying before the stream started, like when I started doing it, you needed like 10 subscribers, and then it unlocked everything, like overlays and end cards and this.
Yeah.
And then they changed all of that stuff, but I'd already, like, I claimed my name.
Yeah.
So it was okay.
Yeah, I know they're constantly changing stuff, even Instagram. But yeah, that little trick I showed you on if you ever want to do that swipe up thing.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I just gotta make a 15-second video.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to do it for today. It was such a busy morning.
I can imagine.
But I'll do it next time.
Cool.
Yeah, Gordon's saying. Oh yeah, for sure. Gordon's saying that he thinks 100 subs and your account has to be at least 30 days old.
Yes.
In order to get your own name.
There you go.
That's a weird.
Yeah, those are weird.
Like if you're Nike and you want to create a sub brand for your new shoe line, you gotta wait 30 days. You're gonna get like 6 million subscribers overnight.
I know.
I'm sure they.
I wonder if it's either or if it needs to be both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I mean, if you knock out the subscriber part in less than, like you said, a day, then you should be fine.
Yeah, you can just imagine a Nike commercial. Visit us at youtube.com/v7556k.
Question mark
9.
No, I'm all about simplicity. I hate, like, I know some people have their names like artist 0269 508, you know, on Instagram or wherever, and that's fine. You know, you haven't had the chance to get, you know, your name there. That's cool. That's all right. But like, I hate that emails. I hate it in emails. I hate it in names or handles. I hate it so much that I always try to find a unique name that I don't need that way. Like, none of my emails have numbers on it.
Right.
And they're usually the same name too, so.
You didn't end up with one of those legacy emails from high school where it's like, cool guy with a bike 754?
Nope. I think I still have the first email I ever created, which was with, well, I had it, but that was Yahoo, the first one I created. But it's the same name all throughout. I had one in AOL with the same name, Gmail with the same name. The only one that lived through everything was the Gmail one. That one's the one that stayed. So I still have that same name. And whenever I use it for like my personal stuff.
Yeah, well, Gmail did win the email wars.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you can't beat Gmail now. Like, you try to, I still see people that have AOL.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
well, I'm not. Yeah, I don't see that here, but I still, like, every now and then somebody will come up. Oh, here's my Hotmail. Are they still around? I thought they stopped.
Hotmail.
Like, you can't register for Hotmail anymore.
No, I don't think you can. I think that they kind of grandfathered you into it, so you can still use Hotmail.
You can still use it, but you can't create a new one.
No, and then you have to, like, they give you the option to use whatever your name is, but at Outlook.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, I switched over. I was like, okay, I don't think anybody knows what Hotmail is.
Jonathan says he's been using the same username for everything since '93.
Nice. It's hard to get that, especially nowadays, you know? If you wind up with some weird numbers behind it. If you really want that name, you know?
Well, so I ended up with Dre Studios because it seemed cool to me when I was 18 and I registered the domain name. So that was in 1998. So I've had that domain name since 98. And then at one point, like, you think that I'd like build a proper site eventually. But at one point I had a proper site, like early 2000s. And then all of a sudden I started getting a ton of traffic and I couldn't figure out why. And it was all bounce traffic. It was right when
Dr.
Dre started doing getting into the music thing. And like if you look at the Dre headphones, there's a Dre, the Beat, well now they're called Beats, but it used to be Beats by Dre Studio headphones.
Okay.
So people would just search DRE Studio and they'd land on my site and they'd bounce. Man, I'm gonna get a letter from some overpriced lawyer threatening me for using this name. But they never did. So I'm like, okay, renewed that thing for 10 years and I kept the name.
Yeah. It's not like you were squatting on it. You actually, there are a lot of squatters out there. They will sit on it.
And believe me, I'm in online marketing professionally. I had some interesting domains in my portfolio at one point.
Yeah. There are people, somebody tried to create an account using the same logo that I have and everything. And I found it. I don't know why. I was just searching for my name to see what popped up on Instagram. And I was like, what the heck is this? What is this? I mean, okay, if you had the same name, that's fine. Because there's another guy that called himself Harold Artist.
Yeah.
It's fine. That's him, you know? So I wanted to be completely different from him. So I said, it's not him. No, this person had no posts, had my logo on there in orange. And I was like, okay, now this dude is definitely trying to be, or, you know, trying to be me.
Yeah.
There's no way, there's no if, buts or anything.
There's no doubt about it, yeah.
No, it's he's trying to be me. And so
you have a significant Instagram audience.
Right now, yeah. It took a while to reach, but it was very, it was like another job, put it that way.
Oh, I'm sure.
Commenting on other people's stuff, just engaging with people, yeah. But I hope that I've tried to keep that same mentality. You know, if somebody reaches out to me, unless this is one of the things I don't like, though. Hey, sub for sub. Like, what the heck does that mean? Oh my god, really?
Yeah, like for like, sub for sub.
Yeah, it's like, no, sorry.
I could get you for $18.99. I can get you 500 followers. Like, okay, well.
And then there's a new one going around. What is it that they say? Let me see if I can remember. I didn't think you'd mind, but look what I did with your pictures. And
I haven't seen that.
I was like, what? People have actually fallen for that. I don't fall for that weirdness. I'd just be like, I don't know this person.
And then they link you to some weird site?
They send you a link. I'd never click on that link.
Oh, no.
So yeah, that's the new thing. But okay, I think I'm gonna tidy this one up. Just call it a day for this one. But it was really nice doing this live thing with you, man. I appreciate you having me.
I know you're slammed, and I really appreciate taking the time. That looks so badass.
Oh, thanks, man. It always looks better when you put that black on there. But thank you, man. That inking.
Okay. Yeah, are you gonna go all out colors and stuff in this?
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do it now. Probably gonna do it in increments. But yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out if I'm gonna use some Faber-Castell color pencils that they send me, or if I'm gonna just do Copics and Kuritakes. I'll figure it out eventually. But
I'll
I'm
make sure you
liking.
post it when it's done.
Oh, definitely, I will. I'm gonna try to see if I could do a video on it, or maybe do another live thing or something. But definitely different, huh?
Yeah, man. It's well, you can see the foundation.
Yeah,
Right. Like you definitely see the foundation.
yeah.
So,
This, I love looking at like the old, or like where it came from. This is where you came from. This is your hood. This is this is where you at now.
yeah. Starting from the bottom, now we're here.
Exactly.
Cool.
Well, all right, Andre.
Anything you wanna pimp out? Anything? Follow you on Instagram or on YouTube.
Instagram, YouTube, Haro Artist. If you guys find me, if not, that's okay. I'll find you. And
I will find you. And I will
I will find you. And one of the things I always tell everybody is like, don't be scared to just draw what you want. You know, don't just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anybody else pressure you to draw something else. Just draw what you want, man, and keep it simple and fun.
And you open for commissions? Do you have APs?
I am currently closed for commissions right now, until a few weeks from now. So I do have some projects that I'm working on. But if you reach out to me at my website and send me a message through there requesting a commission, I can put you in pretty much like a line. So when they do open up, whoever has reached out to me through there will be the first ones.
Cool.
Yeah, it's better to do it through the website than through DM on my Instagram, because that way I can keep track of it and I can kind of put people in order. Like, okay, this one came first. So, and my website is haroldgeorge.com.
I'll put that in the comments. haroldgeorge.com.
Yeah. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching and listening to us gabber jab.
Awesome.
This was fun. This was really fun. I'm looking forward to doing this again.
Yeah, let me know. I know you're going to be busy for a bit, but once you come back up for air, when you're up for it, give me a shout.
Sure.
I'll send you the file once it's done processing.
Okay.
And that is it. And
great, man.
James said, never trust a man with two first names.
Never. You know, I keep hearing that. I don't know what that means, but okay. Thank you for having me again, and I'll catch you later.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
All right. Okay,
and everyone, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Thank you for watching and sticking through that whole hour. If you want to know more about Dre Studios, I'll leave his link down there. You can go follow him, give him a thumbs up. So check his stuff out. Check out his YouTube channel. If you still like my stuff as well, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I'll see you next time. Until then, draw what you want.